COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back.
This here. All right. Okay, folks, this is going to be a rough one. Okay. I wanted this to be a special show. Why is that on there? Okay, I don't want the... hold on. Turn that. Okay. My computer crashed an hour ago. Well, it didn't crash. I cracked the screen the other day, and now it just finally gave up the ghost. Literally an hour before air. All my tapes, everything gone. I haven't even shaven, but I didn't want to. Dr. Kati Kamkar was supposed to be with me. Unfortunately, I can't even link her in right now. But like I said, this is still a very, very important show because I wanted to talk to you. So I'm going to have Dr. Kamkar on tomorrow. We're going to continue this tomorrow, but I sort of want to lay the groundwork. And I realize it's Easter, and I realize there's a lot of emotions running high right now. So I'm deviating from my always trying to be positive. I'll still try and put a positive spin on it. So if you were with me yesterday, you realized something was wrong. I didn't feel it. I just didn't. You try and be positive as much as you can, but sooner or later, or once in a while, you get overwhelmed. And that's where I am right now, overwhelmed. And everything just seemed to go wrong. I mean, my computer breaking didn't surprise me because everything just seemed to be going wrong over the last 24 hours. And I didn't even know if I wanted to do this show tonight. But I made you a promise at the beginning of this isolation that I would always be here until isolation is over. And I intend to keep that promise. I think it's important. I think that we've developed a group, a relationship, a family of sorts here that we've come to depend on each other. We've come to depend on meeting at 7 o'clock every night. And I know a lot of you are struggling too. And I don't know if I wonder if I can at least get Kati on the phone, Parker. Can I have my phone? I wonder if I can even I think it's really important. I'm gonna call her in just a moment. But I want to talk to you for just a moment. And someone says, I don't like to see you struggling. I don't like to struggle. But struggling is normal, right? And it's one thing to say, man, that person's a positive person. That person is always bright, energetic. But I don't think there's anybody in the world, there are very few select people, but I don't think there's anybody who can be 100% positive all the time. And so the last 24 hours have been a little bit trying. We have gone a month of this, right? Almost a month of this lockdown. And it's a month without going out, without exercising, without really being outside for any great length of time, of not going to a store and having someone back away from you as though you have the plague. And so it can really do a number on you, and that's why we need to be with each other. I wanted to bring Dr. Kamkar on because she you know what? I don't know. Let's just see. You tell me if you can hear her at least on the phone, okay? Let me try and call her. There we go. Hold on. I'll let her know though first before I do that. Hello, Kati. Can we put you? I'm going to try just at least having you on the phone because what you said today was so important. We were talking on the phone earlier today, folks, and this is really important. So I'm going to try the speaker, and I'm going to let people know if they can hear you. Okay. So, all right. Let me see. Where's the speaker? All right. So, Kati, can you say hello?
Hello.
Okay. Can you hear? Can you hear her, everybody? It takes about 30 seconds for everything to go through live. So, Kati, we were talking earlier on today about why we're feeling this way and why it's not that unusual. Tell me about that.
Well, I think that we do know that globally we are going through this pandemic, and we hear it, of course, always on the news. And as we said before, the importance of really setting boundaries between watching the news. We do need to know the updates, and at the same time, really around engaging in new projects, being very creative and reaching out. We also know that as human beings and biologically, we all need the sense of feeling the physical connection, this another energy from another being. Actually, we do know from a lot of studies that are done in the area, especially on social psychology, where to try to look at infants and we try to in terms of being able to hug their mothers with a teddy bear, and they're trying to look at separation anxiety or children who did not have their parents. And so from a lot of those research studies, we do know that as human beings, from a biological perspective, there is a need to have that physical proximity, to have that physical touch. And so, of course, if it is at home that we are not with anyone, or not even a pet, and of course, even when you're going out with the physical distancing can become very difficult. Nevertheless, I think that keeping in touch is extremely important, and ideally, if we were able to do it every single day, engaging in meaningful activities every day, and most importantly, also reminding themselves that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not going to be forever, and how all this experience will contribute to our sense of a healthy sense of self, our personal
Caddy, I just want to interrupt because we're having that problem with your phone again. If you could take it off the speaker, because it sounds like you're going back underwater. So
I think it's better now.
That much better. Okay, so
that is okay.
So Caddy, we're missing that human touch. The other thing that you and I were talking about too is that in some cases, I mean, thank God I've got Parker here, right? And we get along great. That's fantastic. But there are many people out there who are alone, and there are many people out there who are possibly with someone who could be abusive. I had one very sad tweet earlier on today from somebody saying that her partner just tore a strip off her because she had done something wrong with the garage door, and she spent the day crying. So what I've done is I put the numbers on the screen. There's the Assaulted Women's helpline. There's the Kids Help phone, and there's also a suicide prevention line. I want you to reach out if you need to. Nobody's superhuman. Nobody is super that can withstand everything that we are being asked to withstand these days. And again, if you're just joining us, I apologize for the technical nightmare that this show has become today. Everything went wrong in the last hour, but I still think it's important that we talk. So, Caddy Kamkar is joining me on the phone. So, can you tell me how I feel bad for feeling bad is basically it. Tell me about that.
So I think that, and I'm glad that you're mentioning that, because you're not the only one feeling this way. As we have always said, so we have a range of thoughts and emotions that we are all experiencing. And it's very important to not only recognize the range of thoughts and the emotions that we all experience, but to normalize them and not to judge ourselves. There is a tendency when we feel bad, we judge ourselves and we feel guilty. So and then of course, we feel more helpless, we feel more hopeless, and it can set the stage for even feeling worse, and of course setting the stage for depression and more anxiety and so on. However you're feeling, Kevin, it's very normal. However everyone is feeling, it's very normal. And that is key. And actually, when we talk about the importance of self-compassion, part of it is mindfulness. So what is it? It's really about our ability to identify and recognize our thoughts and emotions, not for the purpose to overly identifying with them or judging ourselves. It's really around when we are able to identify a range of thoughts and emotions, it provides us the ability to put them into perspective and to a little bit taking a distance from them so that we can put them into perspective and reframe them and arrive more with healthier and more balanced thoughts.
But
putting everything into perspective and not judging ourselves.
In the back of my mind, though, Katty, I'm fearful that have I reached my limit of being positive and staying optimistic? Is there only so much? But because I live with depression and anxiety, and I'm used to a roller coaster. Sometimes when you're in the down part of that roller coaster, it feels as though it's never going to go back up again.
So whenever we improve, we never improve in a linear fashion. We never go up, 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 up. There are always ups and downs. Of course, the ups and downs, it could be, let's say I'm going down 2 steps, I might go up 1 step, I might go down 1 step, I might go up 5 steps. There are always ups and downs. As long as, of course, when we improve, we go up, but as part of getting better, there are always those ups and downs. Now, the thing is that whenever, as we always say, is around always appreciating the continuum. We all have this tendency to engage in how we call it these dichotomous or these extreme ways of evaluating ourselves or others, such that, for example, if we feel bad or we're going through a difficult time, we might feel that that's it. I'm never going to get better. I'm a loser. I'm a weak. Whatever I have done doesn't count. And that we need to change that, of course, because we know, first of all, this is not true. There are so many examples where, yes, we went through such a hard time, but we were able to bounce back, and that's a pure resiliency. So resilience is an ongoing process. There are ups and downs, but we always bounce back. So how can I regain my qualities, my protective factors, seeking the support and the resources, and of course, what do I have control over? What do I have control over? What are my current worries? And setting aside the potential worries so that, again, I'm able to bounce back again.
And that's very interesting, because here I've been pontificating, if you will, telling people, don't get stressed out over things you can't control. And that's exactly where I find myself right now. But it's convincing your mind, okay, I can't control my stupid computer breaking. I can't control feeling a little down today. Well, maybe I can control that. How do you differentiate between how you can control your emotions?
Yeah. So, of course, we have those direct ways, but we have so many powerful of also indirect ways of really regulating and containing our emotions. Certainly identifying how we're feeling, normalizing it. If we feel bad about it and we start judging ourselves and evaluating ourselves, certainly doesn't help the emotions. The other thing is really normalizing that, we are going to go through tough times. We're going to go through times that there is a pain and there is suffering. We need to normalize that as well. And knowing that, maybe with that pain, I can still maybe write that one paragraph. Maybe through that pain and distress, I can still read that one paragraph. Maybe with that pain and distress, I can still have this healthy walk outside or cook that healthy meal, right? So that's, I think, that also focusing on the functionality and the productivity, that becomes very helpful. Now, we also know what we eat has a direct impact on our mood. Healthy exercise, intense exercise is tremendously helpful as well. The other thing is also, if the emotion is very, very intense, extremely intense, we do know intense exercise or even washing your face with cold water, counting forward, counting backwards, any of those strategies can also help us to regulate the emotions and help them to more likely to reduce the intensity. Once we are able to reduce the intensity of the emotions, then we know that we are more connected with our thoughts, and put everything into perspective and balancing our thoughts.
So your advice then, for someone like me, and there is a lot of people like me out there right now, who are, they're trying their best. And so the advice we've been giving is to breathe and don't sweat the small stuff. So what other advice can you give us?
So definitely, the other thing is that what I would say is, as we always say, we are in this together. I would say we all in the same boat, right? Of course, everything works on a continuum, some more days than bad days, but we can appreciate here the difficulty everyone is certainly going through. Set the new structure and routine, definitely. Don't be harsh on yourself. Do not be critical to yourself. There is a tendency for us to evaluate our identity or a sense of self based on our activities. And we do know with this pandemic, it has changed our life, made it almost ups and downs. And that is why there is this, we feel that we're not able to recognize our identity. So new routine and accepting the new routine, and we can engage in new projects or whatever, once again, we have control over. And most importantly, as we always say, the self-kindness, that is always important.
All right. Caddy, we're going to talk tomorrow, I hope, live. I apologize for this because everything, again, just went for a dump right at the last hour. So thank you very much.
Not to worry. Thank you so much, Kevin, and thank you very much for, as you said, you have posted those very important numbers. That's for everyone. So very much thank you for your incredible show, Kevin.
All right, thank you, Caddy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks, Parker. That Dr. Caddy Kamkar from CAMH. Let me just get everything back in order here. So if you're just joining us, boy, I've just had a bad day. I apologize. So technically everything's going terrible, but I think this is, as I said, this is important. We're all reaching out for help, and I've talked to several crisis responders and crisis counselors, and they are overwhelmed. In a lot of cases, you're going to get a busy signal. In some cases, they can't even answer text. But these numbers are up here right now because sometimes you need help, and there's not someone there you can reach out to. I got Parker here. I can cry on his shoulder if I have to. I can call Dr. Kamkar. But if you're sitting at home and you're overwhelmed, especially if you're living with someone who is making your life hell, and some of the comments I'm getting are kind of disturbing from people, and I worry about you. And I want you to know you're not alone. I want you to know that, on the other side of that wall is another family who's isolated. And on the other side of that wall is another family that's isolated. And so on and so on and so on. So we have blinders on right now. We can't see that the rest of the world is actually there. And we're not getting that fresh air. We're not getting outside. So, yeah. I reached out for help. You know where I reached out for help today was Twitter, and everyone came through so amazingly. Everyone has such great advice. Parker, are you okay? Melanie says, Parker's always okay. He's got that one of those resilient attitudes. He has his bad days too sometimes. But that's very nice of you. So let's get to some of your comments here right now. You guys got to help me carry the show today because everything I had on my hard drive and that is just gone. It's just gone. Okay. Roots is doing a workshop online and has helped me so much. Okay, now what is Roots, Sandra? Tell me a little bit about that. ROUTES. We're all here for each other, most definitely. I want to go back to some of these comments. Let me see. Yeah, so there's a lot of you saying things like, your friends are saying, oh, cheer up. I guess it's okay to not be okay once in a while. You just can't wallow in that. You can't stay in that. One of the tricks I found in dealing with stress and dealing with anxiety is recognize at the very second it happens. Once you start to feel, I'm feeling a little bit stressed. You ever get that feeling where, I don't know why, I'm just feeling a little stressed? That's the time to stop and identify what that trigger is. That's the time to put a label on it, because then it becomes, from an unknown, it becomes a known. So I'm trying to identify how I'm feeling, and I think that it's a very healthy way to deal with it. It's okay to have a bad day as long as you don't have several in a row. Yeah, Michelle, you're right. Sadly, a lot of people do have many bad days in a row. I know we were talking to the people from Kids Help Phone earlier this week, and they've said that their cases have absolutely doubled, and that was last week. We're probably more than a week ago now. But there's the number. You can text CONNECT to 686868 or call 1-800-668-6868. And if you're a kid, you're a teen, it may be even more difficult to understand Maybe in some cases, your parents are leaning more on you. Assaulted Women's Hotline. It's there as well. And they have ways that you can cover your tracks as well, by the way. They call it cover your tracks, and they will bring you through that to make sure that someone can't look to see that you were there. In some cases, they will send a cab to come pick you up. I want you to be safe. A lot of us assume that if we're living in a happy situation, that everyone's living in a happy situation, and not everyone is. Silly question, could doing the show every day and having the need to make it perfect for us be a bit overwhelming? You know what? Sometimes it can. Sometimes it can. But it's what's kept me sane through all of this. It's given me reason. It's given me purpose. And we've talked about that many times before, haven't we? That you need a reason to get up and maybe drag a razor across your face once in a while. My son and his girlfriend sent me a video of their son, our grandson, 15 months old. They were doing an Easter egg hunt on their front lawn. Made me smile. Yeah. There were a lot of people who were missing people today. And it would be easy just to say give in, right? Wouldn't it be easy to just say, screw it. I'm going to go visit my grandson. I'm going to go and meet that girl or whatever. I don't know. We can't. We just can't. I know it would seem easy, and I know you hear a lot of talk from south of the border about that's it, we're reopening this, it's more important than the economy. Well, you tell that to somebody who lost someone they love. We're doing this for each other. We're doing this to keep our health system in check, and it's there for us. We've never faced this before. We never have faced something like this before. It's okay not to be okay, Barb says. Be gentle with yourself. This will pass. We just have to be patient. I have anxiety and just try not to watch too much of the scary stuff, for sure. This isn't easy. You don't need to be perfect, Kevin. Yes, I do. But thank you very much for that. I had a bad day yesterday, says Debbie. I remember the signs of grief and dealt with it accordingly. I think tuning in with this bunch to hear, I like that, we're all a bunch, right? To hear from others as one of my coping mechanisms. I guess we all are the isolators together, right? Hold on, you know what? Hold on, that's not what I wanted there. And if you're just joining us, I had just all sorts of technical snafus here. I'm just going to add this. Where is that? I want to look for the isolators intro. Isolators, there it is. Hold on. Playful. There we go. This is for everybody out there. There we go. We're all the isolators right now. Yeah, there was no audio there, was there? I don't know why it wasn't playing audio. Progress over perfection, says Megan. Listen to the kids talk me into watching Tiger King today. 7 hours, I'm not going to get back. Okay, I've been putting off watching it. Oh, the audio's gone? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me, everybody? Can you hear me all right? I just want to make sure I can. Just let me know if you can hear me. Is there? Okay, good. Yeah, we had a few things. Boredom can lead to feelings of depression for sure. For sure, Karen, it can. And isn't that true? We have nothing to do, really, right? We have lots to do, but we have nothing that is expected of us to go out, present ourselves to fellow human beings. My depression was so bad, it brought on major panic attacks. I had to call NP, who put me on a new medication to help me out, so nurse practitioner. It was so bad I could not cope mentally being locked in this house. Day 3 on the new meds. Thankful I found myself giggling instead of snapping out household. I'm happy to be alive. I just got out of the hospital. I lost my voice and I have pneumonia. I did battle COVID-19. I am still here. George! Everybody give a shout out for George, and we are glad you are still here. Puts it into perspective, George. It puts it into perspective. Fantastic. But don't you want to scream? Don't you want to scream? I wonder, can I do that? I don't know. Can I detach? You know what? I'm just going to detach this mic. Hold on. Did that go back on? Can you hear me still? I hope. Because what I want to do is move this stuff. Tell me if you can hear me. All right. because I watched the movie Network a while back. Here, Parker, can you hold that for me? Because I want you to get up from your chairs right now. I want you to get up, and I want you to go to the window. Okay? And I want you to do this. Ah! Oh, that felt good. That felt good. I want you to go to the window right now and do that. And if your neighbors wonder what's going on, tell them and tell them to do it as well. It's frustrating, isn't it? We don't know how much longer we're going to be in here. We don't know what life's going to be like afterwards. I know a lot of you are worried financially. I know a lot of you are. I hear you loud and clear, says Thelma. Did you hear me yelling, though? That's what I want to know. So just everybody together, okay? Everybody together. Here we go. Oh, there's a snowstorm here. Kim, where are you? There's a snowstorm? Where are you watching from? Okay, so here, just one more time. Because that actually did feel cleansing and feel good. It's a good thing there's nobody out in the streets, right? Okay, here, thank you very much, Parker. Appreciate that. I guess we have to do what we do. There's no precedent for this to try and stay sane during this time. By the way, watch the movie Network. I forgot how good a movie that was. I'm going to plug this microphone back in. You'll lose me for a second. All right. Am I back? Okay, I'm back. No, hold on. I just got to change that microphone to settings. Hold on. I have to get to system preferences. And then where did the system preferences go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I've got to bring that out. Isn't this fun? Okay, audio. Input, stereo microphone. There we go. Okay. You're watching an idiot at work, folks. You're watching an idiot at work. There we go. All right. So get back to a few more of your comments, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay. You don't. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Did anybody yell? By the way, did anybody yell? I didn't watch the comments. Please tell me somebody went out and made a fool of themselves. Not just me. I hope so. I heard that in Sudbury, says Brenda. Where I wanted to find out where the snow was. Where was the snow? I heard you're in my side of the building. Sorry about that. I hope you yelled too. I actually feel a little bit better. I actually do. We're going to talk to Dr. Kamkar tomorrow, okay? We're going to have a session tomorrow, and I want you to bring your troubles and your woes. We may even yell again. I don't know. But I want you to pay attention to these numbers here. Wisconsin. Oh, that's right. There's a big storm system going through some of the American states. We had a horrible tornado, I think, in Louisiana as well. Yeah, my thoughts and prayers in all this. Now, all of a sudden, those poor people have been... Can you look that up for me, Parker? Actually, you know what? Maybe I can. I wonder if I can do that. Just look up what the damage was. I think it was Louisiana that we had that tornado out today. I like to go in my car and scream. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Now, the reason for these numbers. I feel sometimes that I shouldn't. I don't have a right really to be depressed or anything, because I'm happy, I'm warm, I'm comfortable, I have good company. I have wine. So actually, you know what, Parker? Could you? 300 homes destroyed. 300 homes, and that was Louisiana, wasn't it? No, in Mississippi. Storm turns deadly in Mississippi. So it was down in the Louisiana area, Mississippi, through some of the southern states. Homes destroyed. So that's why, you know what, we always think, well, what right do I have to complain? What right do I have to feel bad? You have every right to feel bad and to complain. You do. I know you didn't lose your home, but it's still tough in your own personal world. All the more reason that we have to be here for each other, and we have to be prepared to say to someone, I'm feeling bad today. I'm having a tough day. It's nothing you did, okay? I'm not mad at you. And a lot of times, too, we have relationships where you get upset, but the other person gets upset because they think you're upset with them. So if you're living with someone who's feeling this way, they're not mad at you. They just need to express this feeling. Now, I don't know what Yusa would do to try and talk to maybe some people who are abusers out there. I don't know. I know a lot of you have told me that you are living in a situation in which, well, I'm just going to say it's less than ideal. There's all sorts of different situations. You don't have to suffer by yourself, all right? That's not what social distancing is. And shame on someone who is inflicting that on you. And if you're one of those people, I need you to give your head a shake. You have no right. And maybe you're frustrated as well. Maybe the abusers are frustrated as well. It doesn't give you a right to do something to another human being, mentally or physically. Seek help. But there's help available. Despite the social distancing, the Assaulted Women's Hotline, there's the number. We have, if you are younger, Kids Help Phone, they do an incredible job. They're looking for volunteers as well to be crisis responders. Want to be a part of the problem, part of the solution? Contact them as well. Crisis Services Canada. Are you feeling suicidal? When it comes to feelings of suicide, we don't talk about it enough. I don't know what the percentage of people who have considered it. I've thought about it. Linda, I live in a situation like that. Linda, are you okay? You have to be okay. Call one of these numbers. Text one of these numbers, please, Linda. So anyway, I wanted to get back to suicide because it's an important thing that we never, ever talk about. And we hide it. And we're ashamed of it if we have a feeling about it. It would be easy, wouldn't it? It just, like, at the time, it just seems like this would be an easy out. It's not. But, thank you, Linda. Linda says I'm okay. It may be an easy out, but then you suppress that thought. You don't want to tell anybody you thought that, right? Because they're going to lock you up. No, all the more reason you need to reach out. And if you can't reach out to a loved one, then reach out to one of these numbers here. There are all sorts of crisis lines. Reach out to a priest. Reach out to... You don't even have to be a member of a church to reach out to a priest. Reach out to a pharmacist. Reach out. We get desperate and we think that there's no other way out. But there is. And that's why all these comments you see from all these people are here. Because everybody here cares about you. They do. It's not just a bunch of disjointed people, somebody in Wisconsin, somebody watching us in Sydney, Australia, somebody in Bobcaygeon, somebody in Sudbury. For this time right here, we're together. You're not alone. I don't want you to be alone. There are all sorts of people at these numbers to help you. And I want you to take advantage of that. It may take a bit to get through right now because everybody is having a crisis. We have to resign ourselves to the fact we stop listening to what the deadlines are, okay? Stop thinking, oh, people are saying we're going to be like this till spring or whatever. Stop listening to that. It's going to be as long as it's going to be, and we've got to be ready for that. I've got to get out more. I've got to get out and have my walks. I have to. I will social distance. I will try. I usually try and just... I go behind the brickworks. Fantastic through the Moore Park Ravine there. And you can sit by Mud Creek. It's just beautiful. I need to get out, and I need to do that for myself, and I need to get back to my meditating, which I have not been doing as much in the last few days. And I got to eat better. It's easy, right? It's easy to eat like crap. So I got to get back to that because I have to do it for myself. I have to do it for Parker. I have to do it for you. So I have no idea what the theme of this show is. I really don't today. I hope it's positive news. I hope that maybe this has been a bit cathartic for you as well, to maybe be thinking that having depressive thoughts isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, and don't be angry at yourself. But that's when you need to breathe, and you need to say, okay, what can I do to change the tide? What can I do to re-steer the ship? And the very first spot you should go to, the very first spot, is your breath. It's not a magic solution. It's not going to make everything better, but it's going to allow you to stop, reevaluate, and move on. And I need to take that advice. But I want each and every one of you to know that you're not alone. You may feel like it, and you may look around and you wish you were with family. And I know that there are several people who are out there whose loved ones are trapped somewhere else, could not stay in isolation with them, even out of the country. But we're all here for you. Yeah, listen to your words, go for a walk. Susan's doing this to me. Listen to your words. We talk a good game, don't we? We all talk a good game. And up until now, I've been pretty good. This is, to think about it, this is the 23rd episode that I've done. To think that we've gone this far without me having this meltdown, I guess speaks volumes to breathing and meditation. So I gotta get back up on that horse, and I hope you do too. And I hope you realize that it happens to the best of us. It happens to everyone. Everybody hurts sometimes. Yeah, that song was in my mind. That one, and You Had a Bad Day. Someone was saying that. Good time to have a dog. Yeah, for you people who have pets, you don't know how lucky you are. You know, that's absolutely wonderful. So I would like some love given to all the people who are alone. I want you to on the comments, are you alone right now? Do you need some support, some encouragement? We need a group crying session, says Paula. Yeah, yes, I don't know. I don't know if I can. Yeah, you had soup, says Terrence. Yeah. I'm keeping myself busy. So, I am lonely, says Lisa. I'm alone always, Rhonda. Yes, I have my pet, says Kevin. Yeah, then you come clean up the poop and rethink the pet, says Patricia. Thanks, Patricia. We all need a smile, right? So you see all these people, all these comments, I want you to reach out to them, okay, please? I really, really do. The only way we're going to get through this is together. And even if we're not in the same room, same building, together, even same city, the only way we're going to do this is by reaching out to strangers, to people who have no one else, and maybe some people who are afraid to reach out. Maybe some people feel they're too good for it, or maybe they feel that someone's going to turn them down, or maybe they feel they have no one to reach out to. So when you need help, ask for it. When you're feeling down, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't wallow in it, and don't, when I mean that, don't wallow in it. Don't sit there and say, I'm feeling down, therefore I'm going to stay down, I'm going to be down all the time. No, that's when you say, okay, I feel down. I'm okay with that, and that's good. That's all right. But do something for yourself to bring it up. You're your own advocate. In a lot of cases, nobody else is going to help you, right? So with all this support, that's great, but you need to support yourself. You need to not get angry at yourself. You need to allow yourself the down times. But then you have to say to yourself, okay, what's good? I didn't lose my house in a tornado. I haven't lost a loved one to COVID-19. I've called Crisis Helpline just to talk. It helped me a lot. Judy, that's interesting. Because you're thinking, right? Oh, I don't want to call a crisis line because I'm not sitting here and I'm not ready to jump off a building or something. That's not what crisis lines are for. Crisis lines are an outlet like yelling out the window. They're an outlet for someone who is professionally trained to listen to you. And a lot of times they don't give advice. They don't. They allow you to give yourself advice. And Judy, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to call a crisis line. Okay. I'll take a few more comments, and then I'm just going to, it helps me to ugly cry in the shower, LOL. Carrie, what is, I have an impression of what ugly crying is. I have an impression of what that is. Yeah, someone was saying my eye looks bad again. You know what? I don't know. You know what? I didn't have a great sleep last night, so I think I'm just tired. Someone, yes, you're not the first one to say that. My mom passed away from cancer in November, says Barb. She was 68, 7-short-month battle with cancer. We were very close. She lived on her own, but was at our place a lot and with us for every holiday. This is the first Easter without Mom. I don't think people are really thinking about those that are grieving and mourning the loved ones they recently lost and feel guilty about grieving when others are suffering. And Barb, I don't want you to feel guilty about grieving. I don't want anybody to feel guilty about grieving. I don't want anybody to feel guilty. And our whole life, we're grieving our lives right now. Many psychologists, including Dr. Kamkar, have said that to us right here. We're grieving our lives. And we're grieving the loss of going out with people, dinner, movie, to work. And that grieving is important. It's an important process. And that if you don't grieve properly, that it comes out another time, maybe worse. So we are grieving. We're all grieving right now. Oh, don't worry about me, Laurie. I'm good. Thank you, though. Thank you. Wait, snot running. Oh, yes, that's what Patricia's saying. What ugly crying is. Snot running down your nose, eyes swelled, heavy tears streaming down your face to the point you look ugly. No, but yeah, maybe you need that sometime. And I love how you're commiserating with each other here right now. So holy cow, what time is it, Parker? Holy cow, I've been talking for 42 minutes, nonstop. My first Easter without my dad, lost him in January, so it's been a sad day on and off. Yeah, so you had something to be sad about before. So bottom line, here we go. Let's bottom line this. Pardon me. Bottom line is, it's okay to feel frustrated and depressed sometimes. If you're doing it all the time, then that's when it becomes a real problem. But it's okay once in a while. Even for people with depression and anxiety. Some of us feel as though, oh my gosh, I've really slid backwards because now I'm feeling depressed. No, it happens. So reach out. Reach out. And if you're not feeling that, reach out to other people. Reach out. Someone maybe you haven't talked to in a while. But we're going to be here every night at 7 o'clock. It's family here now, right? We're in this together. So maybe some nights I'll just come on here and scream for 42 minutes. Blather on. But I will be here. I hope you will as well. It's my little chance of sanity. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Couldn't do this on television, could you? So, we're all in this together, everybody. Let's best sit back and help each other through it. Cheers to you. So I want you to take care of yourself and take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow.
COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack.